Welcome to Father Figures, where you will get to learn a little bit about us and our hobbies, the current events going on, the sports, our gaming addictions, and of course, our Nebraska Cornhuskers. Hello and welcome to Father Figures. I'm your host, Derek. Along my side here is co-host Thomas. So yes, today we're doing a little silly, but a little serious. I will give a quick disclaimer of saying, one, some of you are gonna hate this, and some of you are gonna dislike this. Two, some of you are gonna like this, and you may use it in yourselves. And three. What we're gonna say may not be relevant to you guys, but it's stuff that works for our family. As today we are talking about things that worked probably back then in the 90s when we grew up.
But you also have to keep in mind it was a different time back then.
Also
it was
true.
A totally different time back then.
Also true.
It was starting. It was just on the bare cusp of starting to get into this whole not being very mean to people type thing.
Yeah. So yes, we're basically just doing things that worked back then that may work now, that we're kind of incorporating to our fatherhood, parenting styles. Yeah. And you may use it, you may not use it, you may hate it. Just know we love our children. We don't beat them. We have no pleasure in punishing our children. We're just like any other father out there.
Yep.
Any other true father out there, they want their children to not be little turds and whatnot.
No matter what, I don't care who you are, the main goal of any parent, and I think it's fair to say for us, is you want your kids to grow up living a better life than you did, and you want them to succeed and become better than you ever could be.
Yeah.
I think that says it all right there.
Yes. So I will start off with this statement here. It was, let's see where I put this here. Hold on, I wrote this out. So, parenting methods have evolved significantly over the past few decades. With the modern approaches often embracing more open communication, empathy, and positive reinforcement. However, there are some key differences in parenting methods from the 90s to today. So, right now, we'll just simply go through our time as, screen time, outdoor play, discipline, family dinners, and parenting strategies. But like I said, we had the disclaimer. So I will...
Plus, no matter what we say, I think at least for me, I'll agree that my parents are good people. So I hold nothing against them.
No,
that happened, and most of the time I've deserved what I got.
100%. Like, growing up, I thought I was the most abused child ever because, my mom would whoop my butt. Nowadays, I'm so glad she did.
One, I'm glad, and two, I've also learned that I have nothing to complain about. There's people that got it worse.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. I found out from my mom, she's like, you're lucky you don't use the belt. I'm like, the belt? She's like, yeah, my father used the belt. I'm like, that sounds horrible. Yeah. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm mixing my drink here as we talk about this. But yes, so back then, way back then, there was, the switch or the belt. Well, yeah, I just got swift beaten with the hand. So that was, I'm sure you probably as well.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Spanks and if you were clinching, you got extra.
Got clinch? Oh, yeah. 2 for flinching?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Yep.
That's where that came from. Damn it. But yeah, no, I definitely agree. I definitely love my parents, and I think people enjoyed being around my family or my being around us. He invited us out to more things because I was a more well-mannered child, where I'd be like, okay, you need to sit there and you need to shut up. Like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. Where there's other kids that just everywhere. So I would say here in the 90s, or back in the 90s, children had limited screens access to screens, where, yeah, I mean, gaming was big, but it wasn't as big as it is now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
And not even everyone had, TVs. or even I mean maybe a
Well,
lot. They probably had like
some
one
people had,
TV.
yeah, some people had one, maybe two TVs, and
Mm-hmm.
they were the big tube ones, the real
Yeah.
heavy sons
Yes.
of guns. And if
We
you had like a 32-inch, you were like well off.
we did. We had one. It was. I mean, I think we had that thing for like 10+ years. We
Mm,
moved it like a couple times, and finally, my parents were like, "We're getting rid of this damn thing." I'm like, no, this thing's awesome. Why? It's huge. They'd be
mm,
like, because it's a freaking hell nightmare to move. And I think when one of the times when I was my parents were finally moving, it took me and I think 6 of my friends from like middle school, like 8th grade, 7th grade, middle school, to try to move this damn thing. Because my dad was like, I think my dad actually just hurt his back or something. He couldn't do it. And I'm like, no, we want it. We want it. We gotta take it. They're like, fine. Then you get your friends over and you're gonna move it over. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
fine, we'll do it.
yeah.
We didn't move it.
Nah,
We didn't move it.
no.
We got tired and said, fuck that.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
Speaking of cursing, did you get soap in the mouth?
Daycare, yes.
Oh,
At
okay.
home,
Okay.
no.
Okay. I don't recall ever getting soap in the mouth, but definitely got a stern talk like, you don't talk like that.
Yeah.
That don't happen. I'm like, oh,
So the biggest thing that
okay.
I've noticed, this is one of the biggest things, and we'll talk about this probably a ton, but the biggest difference between now and then is back then you were warned. Now you're threatened. It's a threat.
That's true.
It's a threat. Back there, it was you're warned. You got your warning, and now you do it again, you're screwed. But here it's like you just threatened me. Like, no, you're warned. There's a difference. So like I just remember like with the soap, I just remember like at daycare they'd be like if you said something like you'd be taken to the sink, they'd be holding the freaking bar of soap and they'd be like, "Do you want this in your mouth? Do you want me to clean your mouth out with soap?" And it's like, no, not at all. And you better straighten up and fly right, or that's gonna happen. Like now, that's like a threat. Where before it was like, I'm just warning them, letting them know that that's their one chance. Like, so
Yeah, yeah. I guess this whole thing, this whole thought originalized because the wife and I were talking, like I said last week, or a couple weeks ago now, about just how the kids saw me eating something. I can't remember what I saw me eating, and maybe it was a bagel. I can't remember. I'm like, oh, you won't like it. Tastes like medicine. And well, back then, medicine when we grew up, you were lucky if you got the bubblegum flavor.
bubblegum flavor, yeah,
You were
yeah.
lucky if you got that, and then
And
everything
I
else tastes
hated the
like shit.
bubblegum flavor.
Yeah,
So like, holy god.
everything tasted like shit. So nowadays, my kids are like, "Oh, medicine? Yeah, yeah. I'll take it." Like, no, bad. So bad analogy. So that
Yeah,
didn't
medicine
age
got
well.
to tasting too good.
Yeah, that didn't age well for us 90 kids, or even probably 70s, 80s, 90s kids, where medicine you could like trick your kids like, oh, you won't like it. It tastes like medicine. Because I know my mom used that for me a couple times. She's like, oh, it's part of my medicine, and she'd have like a bowl of ice cream. Like, that's part of your medicine? Yeah, it's part of medicine. I need some of that medicine then. No, it's medicine just for me. Like, oh, okay. I was just dumb enough to believe it, so that's fine. Hey, it worked. I've done things that I've been like sitting there like, I got away with that, my kids. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Where? Let's see here. So so outdoor play back in the day was make sure you're home when the lights go on outside, when the
Yep.
lamp posts go on.
When the street
Street
lights
lights go
come
on.
on, you better be
Yes.
home because that's that's the time for supper.
Yeah, so so you probably had the same thing growing up as well in your
Yeah,
small
I mean,
town.
yeah.
You had you had the one street post.
Hey, it was when the lights came on. That was the time to get home. That was when and I mean, yeah, we always played like we'd always have some sort of backyard football game or something going on outside, and we'd be going until we literally couldn't see the ball anymore, and then that was when we kind of knew, okay, it's time to go home.
Yep.
You got to get home for supper. You got to get home so that they know where you are. But back in those days, you didn't have cell phones, so like the only way that people knew where you were was they had to start calling around the houses.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Oh yeah.
is Tom at your house? Is Tom at your house? Is Tom at your house? Is Tom at
Yeah,
your
my
house?
mom
Like,
would. Yeah, my mom would. I'd just tell my mom. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go outside and play with neighbor kid Travis or Tyson, or whatever. And okay, well, you said you're gonna be outside, so I expect you to be outside. So I'm gonna call for you. If you don't answer or get home within 5 minutes after I call for you, and I have to call around and find where you're at, there's gonna be consequences. So
yeah,
I was always fearful. I'm like, hey guys, I gotta stay outside. I told my mom I was gonna be outside. I gotta be outside. I gotta make sure I hear my mom. So I could hear her
yeah,
probably good a couple
yeah,
like a block and a half away. You're like,
yeah,
oh shit.
yeah. See, yeah. So ours was like uh more of like the phone tree like thing. So like if I'd go over to my cousin's and
Mm-hmm.
then we'd get an invite over to another house or into another house and we'd be like, okay, both of us are going to this house. Then
Yep.
we go to the next house and then we get another invite. And we're like, all three of
That
us are
was
going to this house. And then
yeah.
like also so then my mom would call my aunt and then my aunt would call these guys and these guys would call these guys and these guys would call these guys. And then it would end up getting to us and it's like yeah, that's
And
you don't usually get that anymore, I guess.
and for our references for our listeners, I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska. So not very small town, but I lived in a smaller part of Lincoln where literally we were at the end of the block, and there was like just cornfields behind us, and off to the right of us was cornfields, and there was like maybe 6 houses at the end of this block, and then there's like another like couple 8 houses all the way up. Like you had to go back and around these loops and everything to get to our house. So it took
Hmm.
an extra like 10 minutes just to get to the house. It was quite the distance from from anywhere. But and you, Tom, you're
Yeah,
from.
I grew up in central Nebraska, a little small town, Ord, Nebraska, very small at the time, still is pretty small. Um, and yeah, very much different lifestyle than what I call well, and that's the thing is to me, Lincoln and Omaha, they are full blown cities. Like they
Yeah.
are
Oh yeah.
holy crap, get lost in them cities. And most people will tell you that Lincoln's not a city, but to me, it's a huge city because I came from a town of 1,000, 1,200 people. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not
That's
much, so it's a small town, and so my growing up was just a little bit different than you had a lot more trust in the small towns for sure.
That's probably true. Yeah, that was my mom. Well, at least at least my mom. I don't know both my parents, but at least my mom always trying to keep us in that little small bubble here.
Yeah,
But I think she did pretty good. I mean,
yeah,
I'm still here. The kids are doing good.
yeah.
But
Mine was pretty much as long as I didn't leave city limits, I was okay.
you got 3 miles that way. You got 3 miles that way. You can go 6 miles around the town. That's it. That's all you get, boy.
Three
Okay.
miles,
I don't
damn! You
know.
think Ord's huge?
Oh, that's probably true. Yeah, you probably gotta. Don't blink, you'll miss it.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. But no, I wrote down for outdoor play. The '90s saw a lot of
Uh,
outdoor play with children engaging in sports, riding bikes. Huge. I
yep.
always riding bikes,
Yep.
exploring nature. I had multiple chances to. I mean, I did like I did enjoy our backyard. We like I said it was like a cornfield slash
Hmm.
forest thing, so that was cool. But today's outdoor play has decreased due to rise of digital entertainment. Which yeah,
Yeah. Well, I can tell you right now, when I was growing up,
so,
I just remember like one of my biggest memories is the fact that I remember during the summers I would be at home and my mom would come home from work over lunch,
mm-hmm.
and we had this little pond in the middle of town, and so I was getting bored at home, so she would just literally take me and a bucket and some worms, and I would go fishing at the pond. And she'd drop me off at like noon, come pick me up at like 5 o'clock when she got off work, and it was like,
Nice.
and that was nothing. I mean, it was absolutely nothing to go and
Yeah.
do that, and like you won't see it now, but like
No.
our
No.
house was like in Ord was the backyard was basically a big drop off down into a pasture. I'll never forget this. So I went with my uncle and my cousin to go pheasant hunting one day, and we got a few. I think. And then we came back and we were at our house, and my uncle spotted 2 pheasants back in the pasture right behind our house. Keep in mind, we're still in city limits, technically. And we're just like, okay, well, let's go get them. So we just hopped our fence, hopped the barbed wire fence, walked down into the pasture, shot 2 pheasants, and then turned around and walked back up, threw them on the smoker, and started smoking them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna see too many of those happening.
No, definitely no. No, people, yeah, yeah. People have gone just haywire on crazy things like that. Like right there, just like you probably raised like probably 6 different flags. People be like, what? You went out with your uncle and unannounced, and you went hopping with barbed wire fences, and you shot a gun in city limits. Like back then, not saying everything was legal, but I mean way back then, back when our parents were young enough, or even probably their grandparents.
I mean, it was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember my parents talking about how like they'd go to school and like all the country kids, like especially during hunting season, would have the guns just up on a rack in the back of their truck, like open and easy for everybody to see.
Yeah,
I can guarantee you, when I was going to school, like there, I guarantee you there were high schoolers that had their shotgun underneath the seat of their pickup, ready to go, or behind behind the seat, just ready to go whenever they needed it.
Whenever they need to go shoot an animal for hunting wise or whatever. Yeah, definitely.
That was nothing.
That one, or back in the day, I keep hitting that damn thing on that damn chair. Back in the day where they would like, your parents, or I guess our parents, could like go to the store and be like, hey, my mom wants a pack of smokes, and be like, okay, yep, here's money. And they trade, and on they went.
Yep.
And now, I mean,
well, and then the other thing too, I distinctly remember going to like the grocery stores and stuff, and like, fuck, I didn't want to go in, so I would just literally sit in the car while she went into the grocery store, did her shopping. I'd just open up the door, sit there, and just I'd open up one side, and my sister or my cousin or whoever I was with would open up the other side. We just get a nice cross breeze going in there. We were fine.
Or because you brought up sitting in the car. Or how about sitting in the back of a truck and just drive? Have people drive? Oh yeah,
hell yeah,
this
hell
is
yeah,
a great time.
Yeah,
well, I know I get to do it a couple times with my dad. Cause my dad had like I can't remember the truck he had, but we'd jump in the back, and it'd only be like a mile away from the house, and even less than that. Cause it'd be like we'd go to the big old mailbox where everyone's mailbox was, and I'd jump in the back. He'd be like, "All right, I'm going. So I ain't going very fast. I ain't doing this shit." Your mom's gonna kill me if you end up getting hurt. It's like, oh, come on, just go. We don't have to go fast. Just go. This is fun.
See, I remember. So, yeah, I remember like we lived on a really tall, like really big hill, steep hill, and I hated riding my bike up that thing because it was almost impossible. You got maybe halfway up, then you had to get off and actually walk up it. And I remember there was plenty of times where my dad would be driving up, he'd see me, so he'd get up close to me, and he'd just be like, all right. Your hand goes through the window and just latches on.
Yeah.
You're gonna hold your I'm standing outside the car, and I'm got my feet up on the the step part of it, and then I'm just holding onto my bike, and we're driving, and I'm just like trying to steer my bike up. Completely unsafe.
Oh yeah.
Completely unsafe nowadays, but like that was just shit you did.
Yeah.
And if it was getting too tough, you know what I did? Let go of the car.
You let go of the car
onto the fucking street and just continue walking my bike up. Like now, that's like holy shit! Like what the hell's gonna happen? But like, that was.
I feel like people drove a lot slower back then too. Like I feel like everything's like now fast today. Ever since I guess we started driving.
Every year it seems like stuff just gets more and more fast paced. You got to go faster. You got to do this. Everybody thinks that time is passing them by way too fast, which don't get me wrong, I kind of get it, but like,
I definitely, I mean, our boys are 6 years old. I was like, jeez, man, I know. Time did pass. I was like, jeez.
But like sometimes you got to just stop and smell the roses, man.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I guess it's our parents probably. I'm sure your parents said that you guys got to stop growing. You guys are just getting older. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to get out of the damn house, do my own thing, do my own rules.
Yeah.
And then I found out being a grown up kind of sucks.
There's a lot of
responsibility. Bills to pay? What the hell is this?
What is this? What is this bill? I don't
Bill,
think I didn't talk to any William
a
today.
fee, a
What the
fee
hell's
for
happening?
what? Damn it. But yeah, that covers the outdoor play. I would say yeah, discipline would be next. Now, here's the
Well, I
disclaimer
got one more
again.
thing for
Oh, go ahead.
outdoors.
Yes,
I
go
got
ahead.
one
Go
more
ahead.
thing for outdoors. The other thing that was real big, especially in Ord. Okay, I don't care if you were, the city kid inside city limits, or you were or if you were a country kid on the outside.
Okay.
You drove when you were young. You drove when you were six,
See, I didn't get.
7, 8 years old because you were helping on the farm. You were driving the farm
Yeah.
truck around. You were driving it so they could pick up bales. You were driving all sorts of stuff. I think I first got behind the wheel of a car when I was probably 7, 8 years old.
I
Like,
was behind a probably golf cart at that time, but not a car.
oh,
No.
oh
Being in
shit. I was
city limits, yeah, I know.
between it,
Sadly,
yeah,
no.
like, I mean, that was just something you did. I mean, that's why, like, and I mean, shit, when I turned 16 or whatever, I had to take my driving test. Like, shit, I
Hmm.
passed with flying colors because it's like,
It took me 3 times.
fuck, it was easy enough. And
Well,
granted, my instructor,
I passed the driving part like first time, but it was the more of the actual test that I'm
oh, like
horrible at
the
taking.
word test.
The word test, and
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
oh
yeah.
I did that one that took me 3 times. I'm terrible at taking tests.
Oh, so am I. So am I. So am I.
Terrible. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean that was just par for the course, like I still remember, like, my sister was learning how to drive on country roads, and um like from when she was a couple years away from getting a driver's license, and there were some people in town that didn't let their kids drive at all. And so as soon as, like, driver's ed came around, like, my sister's driving, she's doing really good, she's confident. And then these other kids who've never driven before, the parents are like, well, what, like, did you take her out and have her go driving ahead of time? Hell yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, we did. Like, shit, I was driving on. I mean, I've sat behind the wheel of a combine, pickups, four wheelers. I mean,
I
literally, you
got
name
one
it.
beat on you. Then I got one
Boat.
beat.
I got it on front of everything. I mean, yeah, and golf carts too. I mean, shit,
No, no. I got
I was a,
growing up. I got very lucky. My uncle, or I guess he'd be my great uncle, Uncle
mhm.
Jerry. They took me out camping like every summer, and it was awesome. I'd go out there for a couple days, and we'd go riding trials with like more like dirt bikes.
Oh, okay, yeah, no,
There
haven't
was
been behind a dirt.
standing stuff, and there was
Ha,
sitting stuff. Oh my god, it was
Yeah, haven't been behind a
the
dirt bike.
best.
Haven't been behind a dirt
Absolutely,
bike, but my uncle did make a go kart that was definitely not street legal.
I love
And
it.
and my cousin
Yes.
and I would go down to the trailer court and just drive that shit around. It was great.
I didn't have that crazy of an uncle, but my uncle Mikey, he there's been times when I was in high school, yeah, I'd go up and go visit him and be like, just come on up for a week and we'll just hang out. Well, there's a couple times where we drank a little too much, and I remember one specific time where we drank way too much. And I was maybe 18,
Hmm.
maybe. I think I was 18. And we went to we went to White Castle because this is in Illinois, and we bought the 100 pack of the White Castle burgers. If my parents
This
are
can't
listening to
end
this,
well.
if my
This
parents are
can't end
listening to this,
well.
they know exactly how it ended because for the next 3 days, I reeked. It didn't matter how much I showered or anything. My body, odor, just everything reeked. And my mom threatened her brother. She's like, I swear to God, if you ever do that again, he's staying with you. I don't care about the drinking part. It was the White Castle. Hell no, never
Hmm.
again. That will never happen. He will stay here until he's cleansed.
Yeah.
It's so funny. She got mad about the White Castle, not the drinking part, because like my parents, my dad doesn't care for drinking at all. That's fine. My mom's like, okay, who are you drinking with? How much are you drinking, and what are you doing? If
Hmm.
you're with an adult like his Uncle Mikey, God bless his soul. I think one time he like left beer behind at my parents' house, and I was like, I'm drinking because no one else drinks the beer, so I'm just drinking the beer because Uncle Mikey said. And my Uncle Mikey's just sitting there like, you idiot. But Yeah, but
Yeah, my rule was doesn't matter. Like, don't care if you drink, but you are not allowed to drive.
yeah,
Period.
yep,
No, you're not allowed to drive, and if you start drinking, you stay where you are.
yep,
Period.
yep,
You don't get up. You don't go move. You don't go to somebody else's place. You where you started is where you're gonna stay.
yep. That's fair. That's
So,
fair.
which totally made sense. And honestly, to be honest with you, with all that freedom, I really didn't drink much in high school.
Actually, I really only drank with I think one time outside of my uncle's,
Yeah.
and we ended up getting caught. Anyways, you actually I got caught with Zach. You remember Zach, my friend Zach?
Yeah.
My parents came home, and we're like, "Oh fuck, my parents are home." We're sitting there we're just downstairs watching like UFC or we're watching something just doesn't even matter. And hold on, let me get this up here. Hold on, I need to turn you up a little bit. We're sitting there watching whatever's on the TV, maybe sport, whatever. And my mom comes downstairs like, "You guys drinking down here?" And I'm sitting there like, "Fuck." I'm like, "Yeah, we're just chillaxing, just having a beer or two." And my mom's sitting there like, sparks back, "Really? Does Zach's parents know that?" And Zach's parents are big drinkers. So big drinkers. And my mom's like, I think I should call Lisa and Tony. Maybe ask him if it's okay if Zach can drink. Is that Zach's okay with drinking? Oh my god. Funny enough, he's calling me right now. He's calling me right now. He knows I'm talking about him. Oh no.
You're ringing, man.
I know. But I'll call him later. The and we are a friend. You remember Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
Brandon was sitting there. And my mom looked at Brandon's like, "You didn't drink, did you, Brandon?" He's like, "No, no, 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 no." Brandon was very, very well. He did not drink until he was 21. Even in college, he did not drink until he was 21. Where
Good
I
for
was
him.
like, yeah, I know, very good for him. Very, very, very good for him. That probably helps
Mhm.
with his, brain development. Where I'm just being a dumbass and did it willy nilly like an idiot. But But yeah, let's see here. I was gonna say maybe we'll take a quick short break and then we'll get into some discipline and whatnot. Sound good to you? Or do you have any other words for anything else?
No, nothing that I can think of off the top of my head right now. I'm sure something will pop up eventually.
Sounds good. All right, so yeah, we'll take a quick short break here, and we'll be back with our fun fact of the day. So we'll be right back.
Near side Korea. Korea, the fans want one. Score! Off the floor! On the board! Paul Korea!
All right, this is the part of our podcast where we take a quick break, thank our listeners, and we just give a quick little fact, maybe a little joke of the day. So,
Yep.
Thomas, take it away.
Yeah. So we'll start with the joke because this is just great. My uncle Harry in Florida.
Okay.
He sent this into the group chat the other day, and honestly, I pretty much fell over laughing when I saw it, or when I
boy.
saw it, especially because one, it didn't make any sense in like the actual context of anything. It was just a great one to say.
Okay.
So goes, I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looks surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the one I got from my dad was I kept seeing this baseball get bigger and bigger and bigger the more I watched it.
Oh no.
And then it hit me.
Hit me. Yeah. That's actually, if my dad listens to this, that'll be a self reminder for himself. But because he did that as a kid, where him and his brother were playing catch, and he's got down as a catcher. He's sitting there being a dork and looking through the hole, put his glove down.
Oh no. Oh shoot.
He's told me that too many times, but also he left. He didn't leave a comment. He's very not tech savvy, so he texted me his comment again.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Try to leave a comment again, but can't figure that out. Thought you guys might mention the halftime show and a taco. And a taco is just a Mexican sandwich," he says.
That's fair. That's fair.
He says, yes, burritos are probably better because they're not so messy, and I can't tell any of my dad jokes because someone would be offended and get someone in trouble. Yeah, you're not wrong,
That's
Dad.
the whole point of a dad joke, though.
But he says, you guys do a pretty nice job, and I enjoy listening. So thank you again for another comment. So I don't think we have any other comments besides that one.
I just had a friend of McKenna's that texted that said basically that we do a good job and that she thinks that we need to do a podcast about some smoking of a brisket. Because her
smoking period, like, I'm down. Let's do this.
Smoking a brisket because her fiance may need the advice.
Well,
which
I think
felt like it was a little bit of a backhanded slap, but it's fine.
That's funny. I mean,
I will let you know when I can actually smoke a brisket without burning the fuck out of it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I could bring that up again for our Friendsgiving. Yeah, that's a good one right there. I almost enjoyed Friendsgiving this coming 2025. You know, as we were with the Mockles. But no one could get past that burnt taste.
Yeah, it was a pretty badly burnt brisket.
I gave you so much shit that day. It was perfect. It was
not just you. It was not just you. Let's put it that way. God. But it was new. It was needed. Oh God, the whole bottom of it was just inedible.
Go on with your random fact of the day, there, sir.
Well, keeping on the brisket front.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that cows have best friends?
Best?
Okay. And they get stressed when separated from them.
Well, I guess that would probably make you wonder why your meat tastes funny every now and then. They have to get stressed out.
They're stressed and sad.
They're stressed and sad, so they die. They're like, oh, my best friend. They're just stressed out.
It's bad. So bad.
Well, I think that's it for the rest of our break. Unless you got something else there, Tom?
No. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you guys for listening. Please leave comments. We love the text. It's a lot of fun. We will do a cooking feature. It's going to be all Tom because I only have like 2-3 things I cook for my family. And I can only guarantee that I eat it. And that's about it. So, but yes, thank you again so much for all your comments, all the listening. Please share with whoever you can, and please leave comments. Let us know how we're doing. Let us give us more topics to talk about. We absolutely love doing this.
Yeah, it's great.
So, as now we are going to get back to our original topic of our family troubles, I guess you could call it, or what we're gonna call it.
How life was back long ago.
There we go, back in the way back before.
Kellogg's throw. It's gonna be tipped and caught. It's caught. It's caught. It's the touchdown, Western Tabs.
All right, so we're back, and well, we kind of touched on it earlier about the disciplines, and it was more just the overall spankings. But yeah, the 90s offense were strict discipline methods such as timeouts and spankings. I definitely got more spankings and timeouts.
Yep. It was definitely a time where it was like, if you did something stupid, your mom was like, you just wait till your dad gets home. When your dad gets home, you're screwed.
You know what's funny about that? Mine was reversed. My dad would be like, you wait till your mother gets home. Like, oh, fuck. Oh.
Yeah. Well, my favorite part was like the dad would walk in, granted my dad would walk in, he's good, having a good mood, all that kind of stuff. My mom would be like, go take care of this. And it's like, okay.
It's be like, oh, I had a great day at work. Go take care of this.
Ready.
Keep going in there. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, and I would do such stupid crap that I would get in trouble at like school or something like that. And I would do something. They were super upset. They'd tell my parents. My parents would get with me and they have to like try to discipline me. But what I did was so fucking funny. And they couldn't do it. So they would literally sit me in the middle of the table and one would be going at me. And as soon as they were about ready to break and start laughing, the other one would flip me around while the other one cracks up behind them. So they can start yelling at me as soon as they're about ready. The other one flip. I just got the 180 flips.
Sitting there getting freaking whiplash. Whoa, who am I talking to now? What's going on?
Just so they can laugh while they're disciplined.
Oh Lord, we haven't had. I mean,
I did a lot of stupid stuff. When I was little,
yeah,
though.
definitely nowadays. I mean, back then it was like you got one warning, then it was spanking. Now I think I probably give my kids the good old baseball rules. You get 3 strikes and you're out of here. Kind of thing.
I guarantee you, mine get more than 3 strikes even. It's like. So. Yeah, that's like my thing is that's like a last resort for me. Like absolute last resort. It is not my go-to. It is not the thing that I want to do. It is not the thing that I'm going to try to do. And the one thing too about it is if I'm going to give a spank, I'm not going to be like extremely upset when I do it.
Yeah, no.
So
no, it was definitely a very turning point for not turning point. It's a very touchy subject for your spouse, and it was very nice for Paul and I really getting serious. We talked about having a family and how we would, would we discipline our children. It would be like, because I'd be like, well, if the little shit, if I'm being a little shit and I'm messing up, you give them a couple warnings. You're like, hey, all right, let's go over here. We're gonna either gonna talk it out or else you're just gonna get spanked because you're just not getting it. You need to just focus in what's going on and be like, hey, this is not okay behavior.
Yep.
It needs to change. And it resulted in either talking to or straight up spanking. And enough, like as bad as this is gonna sound, there were multiple months in a row where it would be almost an everyday one of my 3 kids would be getting spanked.
Mm-hmm.
When it was like sitting there, I don't want a result of that, but I'm like, I'm not going to put up for it. And I'm not going to let my kids be terrorizing our house or, us thinking they can rule the house. I'm like, no, it's me and the wife. Yeah. We set the rules. We expect you to follow the rules. And if you're not going to follow the rules, there's going to be punishment.
Yeah. Well, and I think that you hit the nail on the head from the beginning there, is that there has to be open communication before you can start to have a family. You got to talk about this. How are you going to discipline? What's the best method that you think is going to work and everything? And you guys got to have a plan going in. I know that at least I think you guys got married Catholic. I did.
Yeah.
And when you do your meetings with the priest and everything like that, that's something that a legit topic that gets brought up and you have to discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, luckily, Kenna and we had discussed that so many times I don't even care to mention. So when we went in there, it was like, yeah, no, we've already done this. But
yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of talk, but you got to follow through on it too. And I think that's also part of the reason why a lot of people have a lot of hard time is because it's one thing to talk about it before you have a kid, but once you have the kids, like those kids are your world. Those are that's everything revolves around them,
Definitely.
And the one thing that always gets lost is that the spouse also needs to be included in that too.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be a part of the world. They need to be a part of that stuff too. But a lot of times what gets lost is that the kid is everything. The kid is the world. And then your partner's just kind of over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the best thing that I can say is that if you got everyone wrapped up in it, you're all on the same page when it comes to how things operate, discipline, all of that kind of stuff. Like there's times where like my kids, for example, my son gets under my skin all the time. He's good at it. He knows exactly what buttons to push.
Yep.
And it gets to the point where I literally look at my wife and go, he's yours. You have to handle him, because if I'm going to handle it, then, it's not going to end well. And it's kind of flip-flop for our daughter. Like my daughter knows exactly how to get under my wife's skin. She just and it just hit and hit and hit.
Yeah.
And me, like I have such a longer fuse for her versus Carson. But the other thing too is it's like Carson, I think I have such a short fuse for, because I'm like, you got to grow up to be a guy. Like you got to grow up to be this guy that like not your feelings aren't necessarily nothing, but at the same time, like Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
You're the big brother. You got to protect your sister. You got to protect
you got to be the protector. You got to be able to take care of yourself. You got to be able to take care of your wife. You got to be able to take care of your your kids. Eventually, you got to take care of these. You don't have time. You don't have time to deal with like a lot of this other stuff. You can't let little things annoy you. You can't let little things take control of you. And you got to learn that stuff early. And I see the TikToks and I see all of this stuff, and there's some truth to it, but truthfully, like I am a believer in it. Like, if a guy is, upset and wants to and needs to talk, I mean, most of the time they sit there silent.
Yep.
Because let's be honest, like if they start complaining or being upset, then they're not looked at the same as kids and girls or women. They're not the same.
Correct. I agree. Yeah, yeah. We can definitely get into this.
That's a very deep topic that we don't need to touch.
We'll get there eventually. But yes, we'll do that for another. Like we'll call it mansplaining or whatever. But yes, definitely. Yeah, I definitely feel that we're like, if the guy was to not, if the guy was to, I don't want to say bitch, but like if he was to openly talk about a problem, people like look down like, oh, he's not as strong as you think as he looks. And it's like, well, no, honestly, I feel like if you're more open with everything, you're probably a little more stronger than others who just kind of hide it in and just let it burst out all at once later on. So, but
no, 100%. But But back to like the discipline side of things, I mean. The kids definitely know how to get under the skin. You just got to make sure that you have a plan in place, and you and your partner are on point with it. You and your wife, you and your spouse, you are on point with this is our plan, and no matter what happens, having kids, having everything, you're going to keep that plan. Yeah. You have it. That's the plan, and you go with it.
I like that. That also goes into the other thing we're talking about. We're going to talk about strategies, and that's that covers that. We're good there. So we're going to end on a lighter, funny, happier note is family dinners. So the family dinners back then were a sacred time for the 90s, where families sat down together at the same meal and shared stories. Today, I mean, we still kind of do that, but I mean, all of us have different busy schedules. But like today, family dinners are so important, but less familiarized with the focus on creating a comfortable and relaxed atmosphere.
Yep.
So, yes and no. I mean, granted, our kids are, like I said, our oldest are 6. So there's not much going on in school.
No, you don't have to worry about all the homework that's coming home with them, and you don't really have to worry about like
the drama, or
anything like that.
Give us another 5 years, and there's going to be Lord.
Yeah. Worst case scenario at this point, I didn't get that marker that I really wanted to like use today at drawing.
Yeah. I really wanted that marker, and I didn't get it. Okay, well, did you ask for it? I did ask for it. I'm like, okay, well, maybe.
Were they still using it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did you ask them after they got done using it? No.
Exactly.
Good to know.
So I mean, I think even today we still try and incorporate everyone eating the same meal, and I know people, I know I kind of harp on my kids a little bit because I don't want them to be too slow of eaters. Because they like to screw around and they like to talk. Like I don't mind talking. That's fine. But when you're talking becomes a whole like 5-10 minute episode of sitting there talking constantly, doing this and that. And like okay, well I've gone through 2 bowls of spaghetti, and you've eaten 3 bites. Like, come on, you need to quit your talking. I get mad because I'm like, quit talking and eat your food, because all you're doing is distracting them from eating their food. And eventually, I'm hoping it gets into the point that they're eating a little quicker, not to the point of like eating so fast they can't breathe. That's more effective. We're gonna have busy schedules. Being as athletic, I won't say athletic parents as we are, we're trying to keep our kids busy. So having quicker meals.
And the whole point too, and I don't know, I'm a huge believer in this. There's some people that aren't, but I'm a big believer in it. I would prefer my kids not to eat a whole bunch of junk food and a whole bunch of like fast food restaurant stuff just because we're trying to be like on the move.
Yeah, that's fair.
I would prefer them to actually eat something that we've made.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. Yeah, our kids are they kind of get and they're stuck in their roots of I want to eat chicken nuggets. I just want to eat
Oh my
mac and
God, the
cheese.
number of chicken nuggets and
Oh,
French fries.
I'm surprised my son has not turned into a chicken nugget himself.
Dude. Well, and then you get to the point where it's like, okay, well, I want fries. Okay, well, let me get you some fries. I bought waffle fries the other day
Oh boy.
because I was like, oh, waffle fries. I haven't had those in forever. I'm gonna get those. You know, they want chicken nuggets and French fries. I'll give them chicken nuggets and waffle fries.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the fit that was thrown because of
Oh.
the waffle fries.
Oh, I mean, I can't like
These are not French fries. I don't know what these are, but I'm not gonna eat them.
I can't
They're
mention anything.
they're a potato that's cut just a little different.
It's funny you say cutting wise because my parents probably comment on this, but back when I was probably JP's age, my dad worked nights, my mom worked during the day, and it was a weekend, and my dad was making me lunch. He made me peanut butter jelly sandwich, my favorite, loved it, but he cut it, instead of cutting it diagonally, he cut it straight
Down the middle.
and I was so I don't remember any of this, but I hear it probably every year because my kids are just turds. And they're like, they're just like you, and my parents would be like, you were so gets eaten that fucking sandwich. I was so pissed. I almost called your mother. Come home, kitten, picked your ass up. I was ready to beat you so bad. And I'm like, well. Yeah, I don't know. I guess when you're used to a certain way, and then they change it up, you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
So that is kind of Carson right now. So like I literally like anytime you make him a sandwich, you have to cut the crust off now.
Oh, see, JP
and
don't get that. He's forced to eat the crust. I'm saying like, if you want anything else, you eat the crust.
Yeah. So like I spoiled Carson because I gave him cut crusts and stuff. Well, then I started like, okay, well, let me try and cut it diagonal, not cut the crust off. And I'm just like, eat what you can. And if you eat the crust, great. If you don't, well, then, you'll have just the crust left over. Fine, whatever.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, he would not freaking touch it. Won't touch it, won't eat it, won't do anything. Not because it's cut, not because the crusts are on there, but because I didn't cut it down the freaking middle. So then I tried it again, cutting down the middle. Well, the middle's just not like now I need the crust cut off, and it's like,
yep.
Oh, and then my daughter's even worse. I have to cut hers in fours, so I have to cut the crust off. I have to cut the crust off, and then I have to cut one down the middle, and then cut down the middle again. Because she wants one sandwich, and to her, one sandwich is the little cube of the quarter of it. I'm just like, oh my God.
It's funny because if it comes to pizza, like JP may eat the pizza, but he'll eat the slice, but he won't eat the crust. And Ray's like, oh, I'll take the crust and sit there and take it from his plate and eat it. I'm like, that's my girl. Yeah.
Yes.
Get it, Ray. Yes.
Yes. See, I've tried to even get them like stuffed crust pizza, so then that way they could actually like want to eat the crusts and stuff.
I'm coming to your house.
No, they won't touch it. They won't touch it.
Dad don't buy that. Our mama don't buy that stuff. We get whatever we can get on sale at Sam's.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, we don't get it all the time either. Casey's doesn't exactly do stuffed crust pizza.
I'm glad we have not had Casey's pizza in like years, and I'm like, it really is.
Well, when Casey's is the only place in town, you're that's kind of your place.
That's fair. That is fair. That's fair.
I'm
go to
probably
Ross's and just go buy a Jack's.
Yeah, I am probably. Our household is probably single-handedly like keeping Casey's in the black. Let's put it that way. There's a lot of money that gets spent at Casey's on a yearly basis.
All right.
If I think I'm paying a lot on daycare, I'm paying a lot of Casey's.
We got a couple more minutes here, so what are some things your parents said back in the day that maybe you tried to incorporate to your family? Like mine was the it tastes like medicine. Well, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Now the one that does work is, what are you crying for? Okay, I'll give you a reason to cry then.
Yeah, I've said that one. They don't quite understand it, but I've said that one.
Yep. That one, or one was said to me was, if you stick your lip out any further, birds are gonna poop on it.
Yep.
What? Ugh. And my kid, that goes above my kids.
I got that one. I got that one too. The tough shit Sherlock.
Yep.
Yep.
I heard.
Or live with it. Talked
to a coworker about this. He's like, my mom had the fuck around find out method. I'm like, oh yeah, I did have that. They didn't phrase it that way, but yeah, they definitely had that.
Okay, I got a good story on that one. Okay. Thanksgiving this last year. I don't know. Maybe I have told you. I don't know. I don't think I have.
This last year? Thomas, you're over 30, sir. This can't happen.
No. This was for my son.
Okay,
This last year. This last year. Okay, this is how the parenting went, okay? First off, my dad and my mom both, if I had done this as a little kid, would have 100% done the exact same thing I did. They did not take that route for my son. They were definitely on the, no, let's keep him from doing this. But my son, we were eating Thanksgiving dinner, and he loves to throw salt and pepper on things.
Okay, yep.
Okay. Loves it. Well, the salt came out a little fast.
Oh no.
And
I think you had told me this one before. Oh no.
He had almost an entire spoon full of salt. A little bit of potato, but a lot of salt.
Oh, Lord.
And he's like getting it to take it up to its mouth or whatever, and my mom is like, no, don't eat that. My dad's like, don't do it. My sister, Cars, don't do that. Don't eat that. Don't do it.
And you're sitting there like,
he looks at me.
Do it.
He looks at me, and I just look at him, and I just go, do it. Do it. Yes. I want you to do it.
Yes.
And he gets this big old grin on his face, like, I'm gonna show you.
I'm gonna do it.
Sticks it in his mouth, and he's still smiling. Immediately stops smiling. Eyes go wide, like, what did I just do? Here's my mom. My mom's like holding out a thing. She's like, just spit it out. It's okay. Just spit it out.
See, that's funny because your parents would have been like, if it happened to you, that's exactly how your parents would have been, how you acted. But then now that they're grandparents, like, oh no, sweet baby. Oh no, sweet baby. No.
No, you know what would have happened to me? My mom's like, yeah, just spit it out. If I would have done that at his age,
swallow it.
My parents
You're
would
gonna
like,
swallow that.
Swallow it. We ain't gonna spit that out.
You're not gonna waste that. You're gonna eat that.
Yeah, it ain't gonna look disgusting. You're gonna swallow that, and then you're gonna finish eating.
Yeah, that's exactly how my parents would have. Yeah, my mom.
You chose this. You did
this. Oh my god! It was. I can't remember what JP did. Maybe it was Ray. One of them did something I know I did back in the day, which it was a no-fly zone. Like it would never work. And, well, they were with grandma, and just fine. It was something for the fact of like, oh, they didn't want to eat their lunch, or like anything at all for lunch. But like 5 minutes later, oh, can I have some like an ice cream sandwich or whatever it was, and I'm sitting there like thinking, yeah, right, good try. It ain't gonna work. This is mom. My mom's like something like, oh, are you hungry, honey? Oh, you hungry? I'm just like, you're shitting me. No way.
Yeah. Mine to that, which my mom does that, which is crazy. But the one that really gets is the fact that my kids will go and literally trash my sister's house or trash my parents' house with like toys and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And we're getting ready to leave, and I'm like, you guys need to pick all of this up.
Yes.
You need to pick it up, get it cleaned up. Like, this is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. My dad and my mom go, oh, it's fine. It's fine. We'll take care of it. You just go. They don't need to take care of it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I would have got my ass beat 3 times if it wasn't picked up 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, right?
Yes, exactly.
Grandparents go soft.
They do.
I've said it. There's my hot take. Grandparents
There's your
go
hot
soft.
take. We're gonna title it "Grandparents Go Soft." But no, I completely agree with you because yeah, it's definitely happened. My mom you mentioned like, oh, you should have a bit about the grandparents and like, yeah, how easy you guys are, how much
Yeah.
how much ass you would have beaten mine, and then how much you let them
How
get away
the
with. Oh my
grandkids
god.
get away with literally everything.
Oh yeah, and then
Like I don't know about you, but like my grandparents didn't let me get away with a whole lot. Like
I think
my grandparents were more on the side of like, okay, I'll watch you, but it's not my job to watch you. Like,
I think it is more the fact that my grandma I'd go to my grandma's every now and great then, and she'd have like Reese's Puffs. I'm like, you got Reese's Puffs? She's like, yeah, obviously this is good stuff. Yeah, you don't have them? I'm like, no, I have like fucking Cheerios or like the off-brand freaking Cheerios. Like that's the thing to have that taste good.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
That one, or yeah, I think grandma and grandpa. Yeah, probably, I know my grandma and grandpa on my dad's side, they always had like a little cookie or like a candy stash because my papa had like actually he had diabetes, so he had to have candy there. And my brother and I would always go through it and give him a whole bunch of shit, and my grandma would be like, "You boys," and he'd be like, "What? We need candy." They're like, "Okay, well, did you leave something for Papa?" I'm like, I'll drop a Snickers, I guess. I'll put one back. She's like, that's fine. We're going to the store later today anyways. I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
My dad be sitting there like, fat ass. But that was our light take for today. I think that'll do it. But so thank you all for listening. If you have more topics you want us to cover, or, you know, certain other things, please leave a comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely enjoyed this talk. It's a nice little thing away from the sports. We've been doing a lot of sports lately, which is fine. I like doing sports. I'm not the, you know, big brainiac sports guy, but I do like talking about them. And I think you guys must like hearing about them because we got some pretty good views on it. But yeah, I'm hoping this will be a nice little
kind of change it up. Yeah.
Change it up just a little bit, just for a week or so. Change it up. So
yeah, I think next week we might be talking a little bit about the upcoming NFL Combine. So I mean, we're kind of getting back into sports a little bit, but we really like these kind of topics too. I mean, the whole point of father figures is to also kind of dive into more of the father type of stuff too. So it's not just sports, but
exactly. We're here to be the terrible fathers you thought you were. Nope, I'm that guy. Don't worry. Yeah. I'm an asshole. My kids think I'm an asshole, but you know what? In the end,
I always tell my kids, and this is something that my parents told me too, I guess, in the sense of that. But I always tell my kids, I'm not your friend. I'm your parent.
Yeah, no,
I can be your friend. But I'm your parent first.
Exactly.
So that's how this is going to be.
And I think my mom always said, I can't wait till you have kids because they're just be twice as bad as you are because you're just as bad. You're 2 times bad as I was as a kid. Kind of something like that. And I'm like sitting there looking back. I'm like, oh my God, I see it. Oh God.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I can I'm waiting 5 years. I'm like, I can't wait till you little shits have kids.
Yeah. The biggest thing is it seems like the stubbornness level just keeps going up and up and up.
Oh,
and up.
Yeah. Just in ages. My girls are, I'm like, girls, calm down. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Jordy as a teenager, I think, is going to be my living nightmare.
Yes, I feel that. That's how my girls are. They are something else. But yes, thank you all for hanging out with us again for this stream.
Yep.
Please leave a comment. Please give the views. Share it off wherever you can.
Yep.
Otherwise,
follow me on TikTok.
Yes.
HuskerDad96.
Yes.
Derek, got your Discord.
There you go. Discord. Get the Discord on the bios. On Twitch is TapItXD, under influence overweight gaming on YouTube. We'll put it on YouTube as well. It's always on Spotify every Thursday. And yeah, let's keep going. USA, they're still in there, still in the medal.
Yep, they're third, I think, right now, tied for third in total medals, but they got 5 gold. It looks like. And
the hockey, I think they might dominate the hockey, so it's just gonna be awesome. But
yeah,
either way. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week.
Next week, man. See ya.
See ya. Thank you for listening to the Father Figures podcast. If you leave a like and comment, we'll read it aloud the following podcast. Join us on our Discord. You can find the link at the bottom of the bios.